you have a favorite Bill McGovern story yet?
Bill McGovern. Man, I don't know. He's just a funny guy overall. I think he really keeps it lighthearted, and so there's a lot of jokes that go around, obviously, in the film room that I can't share but are hilarious. But yeah, he's just a great guy, and like I said, keeps it lighthearted. When he needs to be serious, he's serious. But yeah, overall, just a great guy. I can't give you a specific, but really funny guy.
Without specifics, how would you describe his sense of humor, though? What types of stuff?
I think he just kind of is able to help guys, if they are falling down the field or whatever, obviously make the point not to fall down and stay up out there. I think maybe that's a specific example, but he'll kind of say it in a lighthearted way, like, oh, you tripped and the sniper got you or something like that, or the turf monster or whatever, all those kind of regular things. But yeah, he's kind of just a funny guy, natural with the jokes, but yeah.
Heard the outside linebackers won karaoke.
Yep.
How did that? What song did you guys sing? And it sounded John didn't think that you guys deserved to win.
Yeah, I don't know. There was some controversy about that, but so they had a final three. It was the O-line, the DBs, and the outside backers. And then when they made the vote, they had the whole team kind of give an applause. So obviously all the offensive guys are going to applaud for the O-line because that's their only group in there. And then it was kind of split between the DBs and outside backers. And then they brought it down to the O-line, outside backers, and then we won that. But some of the guys were hating on that, but I think we did a good job. We had a kind of a mixed group of everybody kind of sang and gave their own part. But it was nice, short and sweet, but it was good.
Tell us your impressions of the new scheme. Aggressive, just some impressions now that you've had spring and August.
I think the best thing about the defense, obviously, is I think on both sides as well, is the depth we have and be able to kind of give so many different looks. I think when we want to get aggressive, we can get aggressive. When we want to sit back, when we need to do those things, we can put in the bodies to do that. And I think the way we've been able to move so fluidly, being able to, I talked about it earlier that we've kind of built the foundation with guys understanding different types of coverages and different types of pressures in years prior, and now we've kind of just added to that depth of the type of things we can do. So switching things up on offenses and giving looks maybe that look like something and kind of masking those different things. So I think that's the biggest thing that we've improved on and kind of, I would say, mastered is working on disguising looks and not giving away things and showing how this defense can really move forward. I think it's been great being able to have, we need pass rushers to get in, get those guys in. When you need more of a dime nickel defense and get those DB bodies in there, I think has been great. And so not being handcuffed by the type of group you have. I think we have guys that can do everything on both sides.
This group of edge rushers, would you say maybe the best since you've been here, would you say?
I would say as far as experience and depth-wise, yeah, we're probably definitely the most experienced, best skill set as far as the variety of types of pass rushers that we have. Obviously, you have Carl, who's kind of a smaller, quicker guy, and you have Latu, who's kind of very fluid in the type of things he can do, move his hands. You got the twins, who are just very powerful rushers, but they also have great moves as well. And so just being able to have everybody in there, and when one guy gets tired, being able to not have a drop off has been huge. So being able to, when you have that second group come in, or the rotating guys who's coming in after that, be just as good, if not better, has been amazing.
What have been your main takeaways scouting Bowling Green, and kind of how do you prepare for a quarterback who's kind of an improviser and extends plays?
Yeah, I think their quarterback does a really good job of extending plays and doing great with working with what he has. I think he does a good job of reading the defense and making a play on top of that. He's the type of guy that you got to kind of keep in the pocket, and you got to make sure that he's not going to escape. He's not overly aggressive on his running, but he can run, and he's been shown to do that. So we got to keep him bottled in and get him to get the ball out quick.
John was saying, last year the word was execute the spirit. This year it's dominate.
Yeah.
You feel like you guys are ready to dominate?
Yeah, I think we've done the work up till now. Obviously, we're going to have our first live experience on Saturday, kind of test that out. But I think we've done a really good job keeping the tempo up. We've had depth on both sides of the ball that's shown that we can be aggressive. We don't have to hold anything back, you know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing moving forward, is that guys are able to put everything they have out there on the field and know that the next guy up is going to give just as much.
So with the, go ahead. A bunch of walk-ons just got scholarships. Were there any guys in particular you were really excited for?
Yeah, I think, obviously I'm pumped for all of them. Carson Sweshinger went to Oaks Christian. That's where I went to high school, and so I was really pumped to see him. He's been working his tail off this fall camp. David Magna, another guy who's really turned around his body. He's coming back from a neck injury that he had surgery on, and so working back from that and be able to earn a scholarship, I think, is an amazing story. And then another number of guys. Alex Johnson as well he's been in my grade, so he's been here the last 5 years working as a walk-on, and he's been on the scout team, and he's also played in some games as well. But he's kind of stuck to the script. So yeah, anytime a guy coming from a walk-on is able to earn a scholarship, there's been an immense amount of work that's gone into that. And so I think there's nothing but respect coming from players on the team when you see a guy who earns a scholarship, because you know that he's earned it. They don't just hand those things out.
Yeah, there's a few guys from Oaks on this team this year. So how do you think that program kind of prepared you for what you see at UCLA now?
Yeah, I think our team was pretty stacked when we were in high school. We had, as far as here at UCLA, we had myself and Zach Charbonnet, we had Shea Pitts, and then Carson Sweshinger, and then a number of guys in the NFL now, Michael Pittman, who's now playing for the Colts, and Matt Corral, who just got drafted coming out of Ole Miss, and a number of other guys. But I think just that high school program was very unique. I think I didn't realize it back then, of the amount of All-Americans that we had. Colby Parkinson as well, who's a tight end, is now with the Seahawks. Amount of active guys on that team who were All-Americans, it was crazy. But I think just how serious we took. Coach Bankert, our coach, was very, he had practices a lot similar to how we have out here, very up-tempo and scripted. And so being able to utilize that in high school and then step into here made the transition a lot easier.
And given the experience you guys added to the defense, guys like Darius, Jacob Sykes, Azizi in the secondary, given the fact that they're all seniors, does that maybe add to the urgency to improve this defense?
Yeah, I think we did a decent job last year. I would say we're just building off of those things. I would say the experience obviously just assures you of when something goes wrong that guys aren't going to panic, and the amount of maturity that we have, that we can kind of rebite and lock back in, just helps you that guys aren't overly emotional. They're just willing to accept the fact that you're going to get beat a couple times, and we're going to lock back in and go win the next drive. So I think that's been the biggest thing I've seen.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you Saturday.
What do you think of Marjorie Taylor?
Yeah, sure.